So we have two levels of consent. We have a community level consent and an individual level consent. So the individual level consent is kind of the same in most other biomedical research. An individual person is notified of the risks and the benefits of their involvement and participation in the research. And usually that's codified by them, an agreement through a consent form. But then we also are responsive to community level concerns as well. We ensure that the research operates within tribal research law and policy. If there's not one in place, we make sure that there's one in place that benefits the tribal nation and not the external party. And we also ensure that there's community buy-in as an additional layer, as additional protection, is really like engaging our partners that we hope are coming to the table equitably and equally, just asking each other, how do we ensure that this research benefits both parties? And having that agreement come into place before the work begins. The only people that I feel like who are concerned about the system are actually researchers who feel like we are somehow taking away access to data from them, as if for them it's a right. And you have to think about it. Okay, so if this is the way that researchers are feeling that we're taking data away from them, or we're somehow changing the rules of engagement that limits their participation equitably in research, how do you think Indigenous peoples have felt through the entirety of the scientific enterprise? One of the things that I love is that we constitute at this moment in history the largest cohort of academically trained Indigenous scientists and genomics. But we're growing. We have so many more Indigenous students and community leaders and lawyers and nation representatives that are attuned to all of these questions and concerns. Data, if it's a new economy, if it's a new way of brokering relations, Indigenous peoples are at the helm of redirecting how these engagement questions are going to work for us. It's not going anywhere.